Waterloo FC. So we're going to do a quick little recap. So when we last met, disappointing day. Away on the road, 3-2 loss to Eastbourne Borough. Wasn't a bad game overall. A little disappointed, but it wasn't a terrible showing. We then came home to face St. Albans and had 2-2. We had Isaac Vassell again on the score sheet and longtime club servant Jake Ash drawing it up in the 80th minute on that one. We then went away to Weston Supermare and we dropped 2-1 on there. Liam Prynne with the goal for us. Again, tough game. We had some definite good play out there, some definite iffy play. We then went on the road to Dartford, recently relegated Dartford. This one was fully expected to be a really difficult game, and I'm really impressed with how we played. We ended up with a 2-1 road win. If it wasn't for us, they wouldn't have scored at all. So Les Affle, who is a longtime servant of the club, as well as Isaac Vassell again on the score sheets. Unfortunately for us, Liam Prynne in this one ended up getting hurt, and he's out for about another month or so with a damaged neck on that. We then had our first game in the FA Cup in the second qualifying round against Ramsgate. We won 1-0. Jake Ash put it in for us on this one, and we certainly left it till late, even though we were by far the better side. The disappointing in this is Isaac Vassell is on the bench for 2 to 3 months with a damaged spine. So it turns out strikers have the hoodoo on for us because they keep getting hurt, which is unfortunate because I'd like to, our top goal scorer is now sitting on the bench. So in terms of the squad, our top two goal scorers, Vassell and Liam Prynne, are sitting on the bench right now, and Jake Ash would be the third one. Top assist people, Liam Prynne and Matthew Wright. There we have Cody Cook and John Cotterill as well at 2, and then Liam Prynne with 2 player of the match. Matthew Wright, 80% passer, our best passer. In terms of yellow cards, Connor Riley Lowe is our leader at 2. We haven't had a red card. And then Liam Prynne is our average rating leader with a 7.25, with Les Affle right behind him with a 7.11 on that. So we're going to jump in here against Havant and Waterlooville here. Just a last piece for the table. Let's take a look at the league table. So we are sitting in 10th in the table right now. On 15 points, we are 1 point behind the playoff spots and 4 points out of the relegation spots. But as you can see, this table is super, super tight in the middle here. I'm expecting hopefully by the January timeframe things will start to separate themselves, because this is going to be just absolutely stressful if we have to run in to the end of the season with things being this tight, with a win here or there being able to skyrocket you up the table or drop you down the table pretty rapidly. So we're going to see. We're playing Havant Waterlooville, so they're right with us in this mix of teams stuck between sort of 14 and 16 points. So this is an important game for us to win to keep going. To keep going on our path. Finance-wise, you can see we're hurting a little bit here. I'm using the FA Cup to try and hold this at bay. We're underspending our salary, so we need to keep underspending that. That actually says it. So with 2 strikers out, we did have to bring in another striker. So this is Gethrin Hill on here. So a 20-year-old Welsh striker. I was pretty much just looking for a relatively consistent guy, so he's not super pacey, but decent reach and heading, good target man type abilities. He's pretty balanced across everything that we're looking for. So, he came out of Cardiff, but he never broke into the first team there. So hopefully he's a little experienced. He's on pretty cheap. He's on $6,500 a year, so I can't really complain. And it gives us some more rotating options now that we've got a couple of guys sort of injured. So that being said, we're not going to be able to use the 4-3-3 today because we lack a 3 up top. So we're going to play a more aggressive version of the 4-4-2. So I had loaded up our basic 4-4-2. We're going to go in with control. We're going to pick up the speed a little bit on it. We're going to still play balanced, leave things normal, and play out of defense. We're going to play a little more direct and try and work the ball into the box on this one. So the team we're going here, so we have Connor Riley Lowe, Richards Pugh, and Dawson across the back. Brett, Cook, Watkins, and Affle in the middle. So Ben Watkins is now sort of fully broken into the first team, and that position is really his own in the midfield. And then Matthew Wright and Gethrin Hall up top on that one. So we've got some decent dudes on the bench here. So Jake Ash on the bench. You know what? Ash has been playing better than and Martin Rice. We need Martin Rice back out there. Ash has been playing better than Dawson, so I'm going to put Dawson back on the bench, even though he should be better on that. So quick change up there. Jake Ash and then Martin Rice should have been our goalkeeper, but we swapped him out for the FA Cup game in here. So yeah, I understand he's lacking match sharpness, but not unheard of at this point in time. Since he's relatively new to the club. We've only signed him about a week and a half ago. So, okay, 4-1-3-2, kind of a goofy looking version of it to me. Interesting. So it looks like they're going to want to attack down the right or our left, which is good because that's the stronger side, I think, for us. So we're going to watch out what they're doing on that left side. Let's get the boys fired up. Go out there. I've got faith. I've got faith. Okay, the boys are all excited. And let's see what happens. So we are underway here in Truro. Okay, well, they're already on the front foot, but that's okay. Let's see what happens here. Oof, we are not bouncing back. Okay, we're going to switch it up to a counter here since we are not getting much of the ball and they're getting... You know what? Let's go all the way back into you know what? We're going to go down into our defensive 4-4-2 shape here since we're kind of on our back foot a little bit. So let's stay disciplined. Oof, right over the top. Ooh, right miss. He missed a sitter on that one. Got in behind the defense there, so that was bad. Actually, based on what we just saw there, normal. Let's sit them back a little bit deeper. This is a wild one from deep. But let's sit the defense back deeper. I don't want to get caught with them getting through again. Well, we're starting to balance the possession game out a little bit, and at least if we can get ourselves back in on that. Okay, yeah, our defensive tactic is great for sort of putting a stranglehold on a game, and that it focuses so largely on us just keeping the ball and slowly and methodically passing it forward that it can choke out it can choke out the opposition here. And they get one in on a set piece that we just could not get out of out of the box here, which is disappointing. Let's see how this one worked out for us. Yeah, Stock gets it in. Swallows just in the back there. And he was just snags it in, kind of beat his man. Clearly we're not a great marking squad, but that's not to be unexpected at this particular level. But hopefully we can kind of get ourselves back in here with a little... we're going to make some subs, I think, at halftime. Riley Lowe is not exactly having himself the best game I've seen. I mean, they're definitely attacking down that side of things. I'm a little nervous to put Cotterill in, but I think we don't have a choice. We are starting to get ourselves back into the game a bit here. Possession is balancing things back out, but show me something else in the second half. Okay, we're a little fired up. Okay, let's see what happens here. I took Connor Riley Lowe off. I think, we'll put the young kid back in there and see if we can't stir something up. But we are starting to strangle them out in the possession game here. But that's entirely what this tactic will do. This particular tactic will just choke. As you can see, right, we're nice and slow and methodical. We look for open passing opportunities. Sometimes we don't always get them, but that's what we're looking for, and he just catches us right there. I'm afraid this is going to be a bit of what we're going to end up seeing somewhat of this season here. On and off, we're going to go through these sort of fits and streaks. Just gets himself some space right off his man, and boom, right in the back of the net. Oh, awesome. Okay, well, we've got another striker who seems to have gotten a gashed head, because the world, at the very least at this moment, seems to hate our strikers. Ash is having himself a garbage day, so we'll make our last two substitutions here just before the 60th minute. Yeah, it seems that you don't want to be a striker on our squad because you get hurt. You seem to definitely get hurt in there. Well, we seem to be playing our way in a little bit, but they've been the better side. They came out a lot more aggressive. They have definitely been the better side. Our passing isn't particularly grand here. Hopefully, we're not going to suffer for a couple of months while we wait for our real striking pairs, our strikers to come back into this. Hopefully we can get our strikers clicking a little bit here. Wright seems to be having himself another miserable day. Vassell and Prim were by far the better striking pair up there. Wright I just can't seem to get him going. Oh, Affle. Are we gonna Can we get a consolation goal out of this at the very least? I don't like being shut out. Nope, crap pass. Over the top. Andy Pugh gives it away in a really crappy spot. Swallow out wide. Okay, well, bad first ball in. Decent clearance there to Duff. Okay, well, this is going to end 2-0 to Havant and Waterlooville. So, tough home loss here at Trejo Road. Tough loss. Yeah. I'm going to say we were unlucky. I don't want to start bagging on them because I don't want the confidence to go down into the tank. Because if the confidence starts going into the tank, then winning becomes that much harder, to say the least. 12 to 15 days. Light training and matches with protective equipment. It's only a gashed head, and I don't. Okay, we're gonna have him get the protective equipment because I can't afford to not have another striker out there. So let's jump in and look at the schedule here. So we will come back against Chelmsford, away at Chelmsford. At the beginning of November is the next time we will see you. So hopefully we're still rolling in the FA Cup. We've got that match coming up at home against Hendon. And then a kind of a tough month. We got Whitehawk, Basingstoke, and Margate in there. But thankfully we've got a couple of home games. So hopefully we can kind of turn things around a little bit at home and start putting a few more points on the board. So until next time, guys, remember, please leave a like, and if you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button. Remember, you get 2 times daily Football Manager 16 content with my save at Truro City and Paul's save at FC United of Manchester. So if you haven't checked that out, go check out what he's doing in his series, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.